G'day and welcome to the backstage tour of my latest stage featuring DJ Alien, who debuted last night. I hope you watched the video and checked it out. Hope you really enjoyed it. This one was a fun way to make. Before we start the video, this is available now. You can download it now on the workshop with the code in the description. And if you're on PC, you can download the screens as well. Sorry console players, I do not know how to get it to you. The only way I can think of is if you snag Planet Coaster and all that enough. Hopefully I did a good enough job that they see it and they think, hey, this is cool, let's put this in the game, because, hey, this is a pretty good showcase for the toy box set, which is very heavily inspired. So let's start our little tour. This will be a two-part video, so it'll be the first half of this will be walking around Planet Coaster Stadium, which you've all seen before. This is being used for a lot of people's shows and such, which I'm very excited to see. So if you are someone creating in the stadium, keep up the good work, and hopefully I get to watch it one day when you share it. The second part of this will be the reveal of my passion project for all of you, and hopefully it won't be releasing at the same time as this, maybe next weekend or the weekend after. I wanted to just sort of announce it and then get feedback on it, and then if I need to bring in some new things, then I can do that obviously before it releases, but we'll get to that after. Let's just focus on the stage. So as you can see, very heavily inspired by the toy box pack that we got through the DLC. You will need it if you want to download the stage, otherwise I think this will just be scaffolding because I think every piece in here is from the set. When I first seen this pack, I've seen a lot of DJs. I listen to a lot of music when I'm designing shows and playing in this game, so watching a lot of DJs nowadays do the video screen walls and such, where they have the big render come out and it looks cool and everyone's on their phone and such. As soon as I seen the animatronics in the toy box pack, particularly the alien, I thought, you know what would be really funny if I did one of them as just sort of a fun little light show. And then it wasn't until I started testing, and you'll see how I tested it in the next when we go to the next park, is it turned out to be a lot easier than what I thought it was. Obviously hard. You'll see a lot of jankiness in the video because I didn't want to do it. When I first designed it, it was just like way too perfect, and I didn't like that. I thought, well, this is meant to be fun, and now you're making it too serious. So I cut it back a little bit to where you actually see the transitions and such, and made it look more of a toy sort of thing. But yes, hopefully you enjoy the stage. It was fun trying to work out a way to alternate. So the box itself is very hard to obviously that's as far as I can get them pieces. That's obviously size wise, sorry, that's as big as them pieces would go, particularly along the top section. And when I first designed this stage, it was very skinny and narrow, and it looked really weird trying to find the right height for the whole stadium. So trying to find stuff to put on these sides of it to offset the skinniness of it. When you get up there, you'll see it's only really skinny. So if you can imagine like not having nothing on the sides, and my lighting towers from all my other shows, they were pretty much around just near the top of that. So I had to make them a lot shorter to try and make the size a little bit better. And as you can see from where we're standing, this is it's pretty huge, the stage. It doesn't really come across in the screen. I think it's because my shows are getting bigger and bigger that I think we're slowly outgrowing this stadium, and it's mainly because the shows are starting to look smaller when there's 2 times the amount of lighting that I had in the What Will They Choose grand finale. So that's that was a lot of lights in that, and that filled this whole side. So all of that is all in this. So it's pretty cool. But let's head backstage and we'll have a look at all the stuff. A lot of hidden things to try and hide lights in here. It's very hard to light things in this game, mainly because we used to have the massive lights that you could just put 4 or 5 of them on, and you'd be able to put one here and it'd shoot all the way to the back. But maybe in the future, Planet Coaster. I'm getting a weird echo effect, if you heard that. Don't know where that was from. But The backstage area, as you can see, our pyrotechnic launchers. We'll do a walkthrough in this first person, and then we'll go fly around a bit and have a bit more fun. But backstage is always fun. I've always loved doing this sort of stuff. I'd love to do it as a career and be able to design stages and such, because yeah, it is very fun in this game. As you can tell, it's a massive toy box. That's all I want it to be, if that wasn't obvious as well. And then Toy Story came out and I seen Buzz Lightyear's thing and I thought, hey, that was pretty cool. I might recreate that. But here's the man himself, DJing. If this video does well, this won't be the last you see of DJ Alien. But yeah, it was very fun watching him have a great time, as you could see, throughout the whole concert. Might have to work on sight lines because obviously he's a bit taller than me, but very, very cool to try and design and have fun with this sort of concept essentially. So hopefully you can tell that I had a lot of fun with it, because that's one of the things is a common theme from a lot of my lighting builds is for you to have fun with it, because a lot of people pick something that they don't realize that they're going to spend hours and hours listening to the same song over and over and over again. So if you don't enjoy the song, if you don't enjoy doing like repetitive work, it's going to be very tedious. You'll probably end up hating the song. I've said that before, that hopefully you pick a song that you don't mind hating, because some songs that I've created shows for, I can pinpoint every beat, every drop, every little part of a song from how many times I've listened to it. I actually got a update from YouTube. I don't know if you do, where they give you how much you've listened to stuff. So I became the top 1% of K-pop listeners when I was doing the K-pop stage. So you will listen to music a lot when you do this sort of build. So that's pretty much the stage. I wanted to have it so you could pretty much go and play around and do whatever else you wanted to. But it ended up just being a lot simpler than what I envisioned. I had to cut back a lot, you know. I go over the top as normal, but let's have a bit of a fly around, hey? So now that we're back in Planet Coaster Stadium, you can see that we have a beautiful front of house here, heavily inspired by obviously all the Toy Maker packs. Pretty much, I can't remember, I think, when I first started building this, I think this took me about maybe a week to start from start to finish. And that's mainly due to my thing that's coming up. So not spoiling it, but you'll it's after everything, it'll be my way to give back to everyone. So hopefully a lot of people download it. But obviously you can see the two sides of it being a very messy stage. That's what I anticipated, and then trying to light it was very silly. And then I found all of these alien pieces and such, and then it slowly snowballed into, well, his ship's crashed, and then he's popped out of the toy box, and then it just snowballed, and then the story just worked itself out, which really helps when you can do that sort of stuff and it just works out perfectly. But these cool new boom lifts that I built was pretty awesome to try and use. I did have them a lot taller, but yeah, rather than attaching them to the stage itself, the scaffolding, I thought, well, this is what they probably would do in real life. They would just have all the pyro attached. And yes, there is a lot of pyro. If you had seen the video, that every one of these goes ballistic. And it was fun trying to hide the seating, which is obviously, I would love some more canopy pieces. But the biggest, funnest thing, as you can see here, I've stuffed that up. I should have had that down there perfectly, but I don't. I was going to fix it then, but I'll save it for later. If it's still there, you know I forgot about it. But after the last update, I really thought they were going to add reflections back into the water. So that was in Planet Coaster. Whether it's a performance thing or such, that they're just not focusing on it. Like, see how we have everything with lights and scenery and trees and all that. But for some reason, just the fireworks, they just haven't done, whether it's, as I said, a performance thing. But I did have a huge barge out here, that's where it used to be, but I ended up moving it onto the road and getting it a lot closer, because with the new fireworks particular, and you can play around with this yourself, is they seem to have a draw distance level. So when you rewatch my show, a couple of the shots when I'm back here a lot of the fireworks aren't even displaying. You can hear them going off. But because I'm so far back, they just didn't trigger or well, I suppose they're triggering, but they're just not registering to the game itself. It was really weird. That's why a lot of the filming was in this area, because when I went back, it just started to disappear, and I was like, where are all my fireworks? But yeah, so that was pretty much the quick little behind the scenes. There's nothing really like crazy about it. We've still hidden all of our sequences. Hundreds and hundreds of sequences. So you'll see here, this will probably be better to reveal, to talk about in the next one. But as you can see, the whole show is just on this set of sequences. This is one here. So there you go. That's a whole show. So full song, opening, activate the blackout. That's the whole 1 minute. Is it 1 minute 30? I think it was that show. And it came with, actually I'll show you in the next part, but that's just repeated over and over and over again, and that's pretty much how I cheat in the game. I've gone over it in my 5-minute lighting guide. You now have the 5-minute screen guide so that you can do this, and then coming up soon I'll have the 5-minute how to film your shows guide, and then if you can think of any other 5-minute ones that you want, let me know. But let's see, I'm pretty sure that's it. When you download it, you will obviously need to put the folder and all that in, but you'll be pretty much set to go. You just start the show here. You can black out the show if any lights stuff up, but then you just put the screen into this one here, DJ Alien Live in Planet Coaster 2, and then yeah, your show's good to go. It'll just go straight away. So enjoy that, and let's jump to the next part of the video. So as you know, I don't do any of my lighting shows in the actual park. I do them in an empty park so that I can just have a blank canvas and just no distractions and just get it done. Don't mind this over here. That was just my maze video that I did. And that's pretty much how I filmed it. Was if you go in here, you'll see the car itself. Yeah, that was a fun one to make, but that's just what I use this one for, is that. So we'll start off over here, which is the recording I did for the screen itself. So obviously the screen had to be vertical, so obviously we filmed like this, and had him sideways, and then it was pretty much just me changing his animation type over and over again to what I wanted. Or sometimes I would say click ambient 1, then ambient 2, and then just with the undo. So if I get him to play, so hang on, let's go, we'll go static, and then we'll go wave, right? So if you did Control Z, he'll go back into static. Really? There you go, finally. And then he'll go back into wave. I don't know why this isn't changing, that's weird. Let's see if we can yeah, okay. So there you go. So you would just, for different parts of the song, I worked out what I wanted, and then he would just be like when the show started, and then the show opens, and then you get him to dance, and whatever else. So ambient 2 is one of the dances. Ambient 3 was just him doing his little jig that I did on repeat. And the other one was Alien Attack, maybe? Like when he did this, I pretended like he was banging on the toy box wall, so I thought that was pretty fun to try and do that. But yeah, so that's just how I filmed it. What I did was I designed the show first, then if you're a keen-eye viewer, if you download it, you'll see, but then I put all the lights around him so that when I was recording him for each part of the show, the lights were reflecting on him as they were in the arena. So it just didn't look like a white massive, well obviously these are just the stage lights that I lit him up with, but obviously the lights would react to his shininess around in different parts of the song, which was really cool, because then I could just easily edit that video and put it all together, because it was pretty much, as I said, the animations go smooth into each other, so it ended up just looking really weird with how clean it looked, if that makes sense. But this is, if I go over here, let's just move this so the shade's not in. this is how my show would end up in Planet Coaster. So you can see I've got my whole show. I have my 4 lights, so my awesome box lights that I put everywhere. These ones put out a lot of light, and then I have my stage lights. And then we got the DLC, so I wanted to use them. So we put these in, and these will probably replace the whatever they're called in the game. Let's have a look. I don't know what anything's called. See, Planet Coaster wall light. So that's what I normally use. And I normally use that. I use, and then these 3, or 4, sorry. So the spotlight, spotlight 2, spotlight 3, and then the wall light. That's the 4 I used to use mostly, well the 3. I never really use this one anymore because it doesn't have the same effect that it used to have in Planet Coaster. It used to create a lot of light from that one, but I mainly use them 3, so that one, that one, that one, and then obviously, where'd it go? This one I used heavily a lot, but now, with all of these light pieces, as you can see, we've got them here of the different tubes that you can use. So very cool with the latest pack. As I said, it came down to timing. Was I wanted to have this out this weekend, so this took me maybe 2 hours, possibly max. But well, I'll save it to later. I'm avoiding it. It's over there. I'm hiding it. But and then here's our pyro. So pyro was the same. Was it literally was me just knowing where the parts of the song were. All of these coincide with each. So you'll see, like this is my main. So all of the stuff here, full song controls all of these. But the beat starts. So this one might be all of these lights. This one might be all these lights. This one might be all these lights. And then all of them are in the row, just add up to that, and then let's put them all in that one. Then the same for this one, and this one, and this one, and then it just goes on and on until you finish the song. So very, very quick, that method that I'm starting to use now. But here's for the reveal. So I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing a lot of shows, and the thing that I hate most is people commenting saying they can't do it. And that's the last thing I want to do in this game, is to see people talk themselves out of even trying. And I just think that a lot of people have such creativity and they're held back with just that overwhelmingness of some of these shows. Like some people look at this and they say, oh my god, like that's insane, like how could you create all of that? Like and to me, I'm like, it's just it's not as hard as you think. You just got to really like cheat. So that's been my biggest guide, is trying to cheat. But this is what I'm going to need your help with feedback on, is over the last couple of months I've been creating this. This is an all-in-one kit that you will be able to download on the workshop, and every one of my shows, maybe the last 3 or 4, has been designed with this kit, and I've slowly added to it each time. But it is designed that you will be able to download this. It is ready to go out of the box with obviously my 3 favorite lights. That's what I use mostly in this, in sets of 5, and then you would just repeat them like I did in there. So this is what I need your feedback with before I release it, is what you want in it, what you need to see in it, what you'd love to see, or what you don't really need to see. Pretty much all of these are the same. So you can see I've just got a range of different things. So whenever I would design a show, if I added something new, I'd just come here and put it in here. And then pretty much so for the latest show, what I did was I got my 5, well here I'll turn the color down, 5 new colors. So I picked my colors that I liked. Normally I do that in Planet Coaster Stadium, so I find what lights worked well on the stage. Once I have my 5 color codes, that's it. They're my 5 lights colors that I'm going to use for the whole show. That's why that show was so colorful, because of this. So I know that I have the 5 colors that I can just copy, and then pretty much what I did was I start here. So I start off here. I list out all of the different beats of the song. So I have a notepad here next to me that I write down all the times for the beat, the chorus, the second build, the chorus, the big finish. Like obviously with all spelling mistakes and everything, because you don't want to waste time spelling. Like that's not what that part's for. It's just to as a placeholder essentially. And then all I did was I literally just, so let's see if I activate, let's say I want a triple fast. Oops, maybe I've pressed place. So I can do a triple fast. That's probably not a good one. We'll do CO. So CO means center and then out. So maybe a bit faster. Okay, that's not good. We'll go fast. Okay, there we go. So all it is all of them are set in white. So all of these are designed as just one color, right? It's pretty much to be where, okay, you're listening to a song. As you're listening to the song, you might be clicking on different ones like, oh, okay, that works better for this part. Okay. Okay, that's probably in time with the music. Then you're pretty much just copying it to your show, pressing play, and then if you want, this is up to you if you want, this is when you would add your color. So hang on, I'll show you how I did mine. So this obviously isn't the official release. As I said, I want to get everyone's feedback. So what I'll do is I just go along here, and you probably get the idea that I just go along, clicking each color, just because I want to have my colors saved in recent. So then when I come in to say the light that we copied, I can just go bing, bang, bing, bang, and it's obviously 5 lights, so 5 different colors. You don't have to do it that way, it's up to you. But then when you press it, you need to activate it again. It's going to be them colors for you. Real easy, real simple. Like, that's all I'm trying to do with this pack, is that so that it's accessible to anyone to create a show. So as I said, just let me know what you think this pack needs, what it doesn't need. Like, obviously with this, I'll be able to constantly update it. So the more shows that I do, the more that I'll be able to add to this and expand across. So to me, that's going to be hopefully at least a door open for some people to get into building shows and such in this game. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you would love to see, what you wouldn't like, what you don't really need, what you don't think you need, maybe what you might need a bit more explaining in, because I probably will do this as another 5-minute video, and then I'll probably have my speaker set up, my console set up, just everything that I use for a show in one pack, because I want you to start creating shows. I do not want to be the only person that starts building. Like, I know a lot of people, but that's not what I'm saying, but like, I want you to have fun designing your own shows as well, as long as you share them with me. That's all I want. I just want to be able to sit back and enjoy them and be proud of you for doing a good job, you know. That's all I want. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, whether this is something that will interest you, whether it's not. As I said, this is still a work in progress, but it is my biggest project, I think, so far, mainly because of hopefully the people it's going to help in the build. But yeah, so it's real simple. You just set how long your show is. That blackout just gets rid of the lights, and then you're good to go. So you'll just pretty much just play around and you'll have a show. Simple. But thank you so much for watching. This was your backstage look at how I created DJ Alien's debut in Planet Coaster Stadium. I really hope you enjoyed that one, as this was pretty much all over the place, this video. But yeah, as normal. What else can you expect from a WhatZzFace video? But yeah, make sure you have a great day, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. See ya!